I'm high on you and I won't let you pass me by. You got me close, try to breathe, you know I want you for my own. You're stuck inside my mind.
Hey guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video I'm going to create a look using the new Thirsty palette from Jeffree. But the first thing I always do is prime my eyelids. I like to use the MAC Soft Ochre Paint Pot, which is my absolute favorite eyeshadow primer if you don't know by now. Yeah, this one is just amazing. It's quite a dry texture, but it will keep your eyeshadows in place all day. Also in today's video I'll be using my Sigma collaboration brush kit, and I'll be playing with some brushes which come in the kit. I have it linked down in the description bar, so if you want to get your hands on it, I have it linked down in the description bar. So the first shade I'm going in with is that light nude shade. I blended it in with a Sigma E40, and then I applied a eyeshadow guard. I only used that eyeshadow just to set my eyeshadow primer. Then I'm taking the E21 smudge brush from Sigma and using this white eyeshadow from a palette from The Balm Cosmetics. And I'm going to use this right underneath my eyebrow just to highlight my eyebrow. I do this always with no matter what eye look I create. I always like to use a matte white shade for underneath the brow bone. Then I'm taking the shade Taste Buds and I'm going to blend this all over my crease using the Sigma E40 brush again, same as I just used to set my whole eyelid with some powder. And I'm just going to blend back and forth with this brush. I want this shade to be all over my crease. So this is a very gorgeous peachy kind of color. Then I'm taking the shade Drizzle using a different brush, which is the Morphe M506, which is more of a tinier brush, and with this one you can have more of a precise application. I'm just going to blend this straight in my crease to create a little bit more of a darkness in that area. Then I'm taking the shade Stroke using a Sigma E45 brush, which is not included in the brush kit, but I do have a special discount code for anything of Sigma, which I have linked down as well. And I use this shade to blend out the edges of where I just blended that dark brown shade, just to make it more blend into the peach shade I applied at the beginning. Then I'm taking the shade Matte Malloy again, which I used for underneath the brow, just to touch it up. Since I went in with a lot of shades in my crease, I felt like you couldn't really see that white shade anymore, so I just applied a little bit more of that. Then I'm taking the MAC Pro Longwear Concealer in the shade NC15, which is my absolute favorite primer. My absolute favorite concealer for using this to carve out the crease. It's quite a dry consistency, and that's what I really like about it, because it will just stay in place. So I'm going to use this to apply this right underneath my crease, and this will give me a very sharp line, which I really like when it comes to a cut crease, because that will make it look really defined. Then I'm going in again with the shade Matte Malloy from the Balm Meet Matte Nude palette and applying a little bit of that in the inner corner area using my Sigma E21 smudge brush, which comes in my brush kit with Sigma. Then I'm taking the shade Filthy Rich and applying that on the eyelid as well. I'm pressing this right next to where I just applied the white eyeshadow, trying to kind of blend these two eyeshadows into each other. And I'm doing the same at the other side as well. And this is such a gorgeous color. Then I'm taking this bronzy color and applying this right next to it. Doing the same thing, softly applying this on top of the shade Filthy Rich to make these shades blend into each other. I want a really nice sort of ombre on the eyelid where it goes from light to dark. Then I'm taking an even darker shade, which is the shade Plunge, using my MAC 242 brush and blending that right next to it. And you can see that it already starts to look nice. You can see it goes from light to dark, and that's what I wanted to go for. So far it's looking good. And this is the MAC 242 brush which I'm using, which is my absolute favorite brush for applying eyeshadows on the eyelid. Now I'm taking my E25 brush from Sigma with that dark brown eyeshadow, which I also used in my crease. And I'm going to softly press and blend this in my outer V area, just to fill up the spot that hasn't had any eyeshadow on it yet, and also to make it blend into my crease. Then I want it to be even more dark, so I'm taking this other palette from the balm, which is just like a black eyeshadow. You can use any black eyeshadow that you have, but I just really particularly like this black eyeshadow from this palette because it's really intensely black. I'm just going to blend it softly at the outer V as well to make it even more dark. Then I'm going to remove my eyeshadow guard, and then it's time for eyeliner. I'm taking my Sigma Wicked Gel eyeliner and using this with my winged liner brush, which is basically a eyeliner brush, but I really like to use it for my eyeliner. But of course you can also use it for your brows, maybe to create those really tiny brow strokes. But I created a line above the lash line and also creating a line for my winged liner. And then smudging it out using my E21 Sigma brush, which comes in my brush kit. Then I'm taking this black eyeshadow again with my flat diviner brush from Sigma as well, pressing this right underneath the lower lash line and not like blending it all the way to the inner corner, but kind of stopping halfway in the middle. Then I'm taking this MAC pencil, which is a white eye pencil in the shade Fascinating, and applying this all over in the waterline to brighten up my eyes. And then I'm going in with the shade Drizzle and blending this right underneath the lower lash line to blend out that black eyeshadow with a pencil brush from Morphe brushes and just going back and forth. Then I'm going back in with this peachy shade and mixing it with the other peachy shade and going back and forth again using a Morphe M506 brush and just kind of go back and forth with my brush all the way. I wanted my lower lash line to be quite smoky, so I didn't really went precise with this. I just sweep my brush back and forth basically. Then I'm going to use this Lick eyeshadow, which is a golden color, which I used on the eyelid, and applying a tiny amount in the inner corner area underneath the lower lash line. Then I'm taking my lash curler. Because it's time for mascara and lashes, I will put the name of the products I have used in the description bar. And then here you have the end result. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. And if you want to get your hands on my brush kit, I have it linked down in the description bar. It's limited edition, so make sure you are quick before it sells out. And yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you did. This will be really helpful for my YouTube channel. And of course, I hope to see you in my next video. Bye guys!